Yo, what is good, y'all? It's your boy Raph, back with another COD Mobile banger video, man. In today's video, we do got you guys a top 5 list, man. Now, disclaimer, I don't prefer adding semi-automatics and snipers to the top 5 list, just because they're good at what they do and bad at what they don't do, you know what I mean? But let me stay back on topic, bro. We will have 5 top 5 weapons and 2 honorable mentions, so stay tuned for that, man. If you guys do enjoy the video today, though, go on ahead and show your love by tapping the like button down there. Subscribe if you are new, and we'll catch you guys in the next video, bro. Peace out, y'all.
Targets in sight.
Alright, starting her off with our number 1 honorable mention. We're gonna have to actually give it to the PPSH. And now, this may shock a lot of people, but to be honest with you guys, I don't believe this gun is necessarily a top 5 best weapon. Now, just because it's honorable mention does not mean it cannot compete with any of the weapons that I'm going to be listing later on in the video. You know, this weapon is very good at what it can do, very bad at what it can't do. It's kind of similar to the QQ9. Back on topic, bro. The PPSH, like I said, man, this gun is really good. Does shoot at 820 RPM, I do believe. Just a little bit slower, barely slower than the QQ9, but it does shred. It can actually defeat the Type 25 in some situations, but overall, the Type just defeats it in almost every single situation. So, you guys do want the gun build, however. I do have it on the screen right now. I do got the Banter Heavy, Light Suppressor, no stock, 35 round magazine, and LWC Laser Tactical. Now, you guys may be wondering why I have Light Suppressor, but that is because it only reduces your damage range by 5%. So, overall, this is actually the best build you can get for the PPSH overall. So, this is the gun build I do recommend. Let's go on ahead and move on to our next honorable mention on this list.
Cover me.
Alright, heading into our second honorable mention, I'm actually gonna have to give it to the PP19 Bison, aka the Bizon, man. Now, this gun got a heavy buff, and it's actually really deadly. It actually feels really nice. You are now able to 3-shot up close, I do believe. And honestly, I still would recommend you do use large caliber ammo, because there's no reason not to use large caliber ammo. But staying on topic, the PP19 Bison, man, it's a great gun. The only real problem with this weapon is, well, it's the fire rate, really. That's the literal only problem with this weapon. The fire rate is so slow for a SMG, to be honest. You're just gonna get outgunned if you cannot land all your shots. You guys do want the gun build from today's video, man. I do have a pretty average build. You know, this is pretty good overall. You got a little bit of ADS speed, a little bit of range, a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? But other than that, bro, let me go in and move you guys on to the 5th weapon on this list real quick. Alright, heading into number 5, I'm actually gonna have to give it to the AS-VAL. Now, I do like this weapon a lot, but a lot of people actually don't see the potential of this weapon. So obviously speaking, this weapon, honestly, it's great theoretically. The only real problem it has is, well, the bullet velocity. The bullet velocity is actually pretty trash. Hits at around 450 meters per second. So that's not really great, but yeah, you know what I mean? The gun's not great. It's still a very good anti-SMG weapon, but at the end of the day, the number 1 weapon just plays out a lot better than the AS-VAL. Now, I'm not saying this gun's bad at all. It is still a top tier weapon. I do still believe, although a lot of people bash at this weapon, I do believe it is, in my eyes, a meta weapon. But that's less of me talking, man. Let me go ahead and show you guys the gun build for today's video, because I do have a little unique one. Now, this is the best build you can use for ranked, honestly, because Disable is just a overpowered perk. Obviously, if you guys aren't using Disable, you guys are sleeping on this. Perk will help you win a lot, and I mean a lot of gunfights. But this is a pretty standard build. I do prefer to use this build for rank at least. But enough of me talking, man. Let's go on and move on to our 4th spot on this list. Alright, heading into our number 4 spot, I'm actually going to give it to the new one and only, the Kilo 141. Now, I have a lot to say about this, but I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. Now, the Kilo, think of the Kilo as a mixture of the M13 and the DRH with a little bit of the M4. In other words, or actually not even the M4, actually the LK24. Now, basically, this weapon is very unique, honestly. The reason why I'm saying it's unique is because it actually does a lot, and I mean a lot of damage to the head. So, the headshot multiplier is 1.5, and you're dealing basically just 1 times damage all over every single part of the body. And what this does mean is, because the Kilo has very great range, you're actually able to 4-shot up to like around 42 meters if you maximize the actual range potential. Something around there, even maybe a little bit more, you know what I mean? But all I'm trying to say is this weapon is a true AR. Use it as a true AR. The number 1 issue, however, I will say about this gun that some people are going to face is the recoil pattern. The recoil is a little weird at first, but I will say one thing: the more you play with it, the more you can actually understand the recoil pattern. Long story short, this gun is very great. Gun build will be shown on the screen right now. I do have monolithic suppressor, no stock, granulated large standard mag B, and OWC laser tactical. This is a pretty I don't know, basic build, you know what I mean? Not crazy, basically just a go-to build. But enough talking about the Kilo 141, man. Let's go ahead and move on to our third spot on this list real quick. Alright, heading into our number 3 spot, I'm gonna have to give it to the M13 now. The M13 is actually a pretty strong assault rifle. In theory, it is the best assault rifle to use at the moment. But to be honest with you guys, you'd have to take into account it is a 5-shot base, and the only multiplier you have on the body is the head. And the head, I do believe it does deal 1.5 kind of, or 1.4, very similar to the Kilo 141. This weapon is very deadly. It's a true mid to long range assault rifle. The M13, man, you guys do want my gun build in today's video, bro. I am showing it on the screen right now. This is a pretty basic build, actually. A lot of people do like using this build, but if you guys do not want to use the 300 RTC stack mag, you can put on the large extended mag B and exchange the RTC mini barrel for the RTC silencer barrel. You can go in and use this barrel, the heavy long barrel, but I honestly wouldn't recommend this for multiplayer. At least it's pretty useless because the M13 is already, it's pretty powerful by default, you know what I mean? This is my preferred build, honestly. I do like this build, but other than that, man, I'm not gonna hold you guys back much longer, but let's move on to the second weapon on the top 5 list. Alright, heading into our number 2 spot, I'm gonna have to give it to the CBR4. Now, the CBR4 is a very unique SMG. I can't even really call it a true SMG because it is actually an assault rifle in the form of an SMG. Yes, you heard that right, because this weapon does have the potential to actually, or not even the potential, it has the actual same wallbang penetration level as an assault rifle. So that means it's not as strong as an LMG. You can't go on ahead and wallbang like concrete and stuff, but you can wallbang anything you can wallbang with the basic assault rifle. In other words, man, the CBR4 is basically, I do think of this weapon as an AS-VAL SMG version, because they both shoot at 800 RPM. You won't really be outgunning the Type 25. However, the CBR does have an easier 4-shot potential. All you have to do is land 1 chest shot, and you do get that 4-shot potential, which is really juicy. That 225 millisecond time to kill, I do believe that is correct. But long story short, I will show you guys my gun build on the screen right now. This is by no means not the best gun build you can find, honestly. I just made this build in a matter of like 5 minutes. I made it off of what I like to play around with. It kind of fits my playstyle, but I wouldn't say it's the best build. But other than that, man, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the number 1 weapon in Season 1 of COD Mobile. Alright, we kind of expected the number 1 weapon to be nothing other than the Type 25. I can't be biased here and say the AS-VAL is better than the Type, although I do believe it is back in my heart. You know what I mean? Statistically, the Type is just a little bit better in most scenarios. Now, with the Type 25, you do have the second fastest firing assault rifle in the class. It shoots at 857 RPM, which is really insane, just behind the M13 by a little bit. This weapon can go head to head with the M13 on one exception. You do have to keep taking into account, if you are not using the stopping power mag, you do have to hit 2 chest shots in order to be able to 4-shot with the Type 25. Otherwise, your time to kill won't be the greatest, and you could potentially, theoretically, you could get outgunned by the M13 and even the AS-VAL. So just take that into account. But if you are using stopping power, I will recommend you one thing: the recoil is not the greatest, and the bullet spread actually is also not the greatest with stopping power. So long story short, you do have to take your time building and knowing how to use this weapon, but my preferred build, and usually the go-to build for a pro player, is going to be on the screen right now. You do have the monolithic for range, MIP light barrel short for mobility, 42 fast reload, laser tactical, and a classic red dot. You can't say screw it, take off the MIP light barrel short and slap on disable if you guys do like playing rank, because this is actually a really great, and this is the go-to build for rank, for most rank warriors in my opinion. But this is a great build. But other than that, man, if you guys did enjoy the top 5 list I did show you guys in today's video, I would appreciate it a lot if you guys would show your love by tapping the like button down there, subscribe if you are new, and I will once again catch you guys in the next video, bro. Peace out, y'all.